Good morning, friends. It is Friday morning, and I have decided that I'm going to do another weekend reading vlog. I have today off, and I do have to work tomorrow, but I will be able to film a few things here and there. I don't have any other major plans for the weekend, so I thought this would be a good weekend to kind of bring you along and see where things go. I've just had a shower. I'm letting my hair air dry a little bit. I'm gonna clean up in my kitchen for a bit and make some oatmeal for breakfast. And then I'm going to head out, as long as it's not raining, because it looks a little gray and dreary. But I'm gonna head out and find a place to go for a walk where I can see some fall colors. I posted a picture on Instagram this morning of a fall colored stack of books. I've just not had a chance to get outside very much and just enjoy the fall. So it's a pretty crisp day, and as long as it doesn't rain, I will hopefully bring you along a little bit to see some fall colors around me. Yeah, we'll see where else we're going from there. For my reading agenda this weekend, I have two nonfiction books that I'm in the middle of for Nonfiction November. I'm reading Quiet by Susan Cain. This is all about being an introvert in an extrovert geared world, or in a world that can't stop talking, she says. I am an introvert, as many of us are on here, the booktubes. This is the type of nonfiction that I don't typically read because it's not narrative. It just takes me a lot longer to get through it. I'm finding it very interesting. I'm really only like 60 pages in so far, but I can only read it in little snippets. So I'll pick it up for 15 minutes and then set it down for a little while because I can only take about that long before I start to fall asleep. So anyways, I'll be reading Quiet. I don't have the cover on this one, but this is Unbroken. This is a narrative nonfiction, and while I am enjoying the reading experience a lot more, it is still going pretty slow. I'm also about 60 pages into this one so far, so hopefully I'll make some progress on both of those this weekend. Then I have 3 books out from the library, which I may pick up as just a break from the nonfiction. So I have the 8th book in the Amulet series. This is the newest one, maybe the last one. I'm not really sure. This one is going to be due soon, and I think I've renewed it the maximum amount of times. So I have Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. This is the sequel to Scythe. I loved Scythe and definitely would like to read the sequel. And the 3rd book I have out from the library currently is Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This is a book I've not heard on BookTube very often, but on Instagram for a while there, a couple months ago, it was everywhere, which I find so interesting that there are different books that are highlighted on the different platforms. That's kind of cool because there are so many books, we can't possibly get to all of them. But yeah, so I have Where the Crawdads Sing. Hearing people talk about it on Instagram really made me want to read it. Maybe I'll pick up this one. This is more of a historical fiction coming of age kind of a story. That is what's on the agenda. I am gonna go clean my kitchen and make some breakfast and then finish getting ready for the day. All right, I'll check in with you later. So sad news. As you can see, it's pretty rainy, so I will not be going for a walk or a hike today. I'm very disappointed because I was really looking forward to that. But I did just film my October wrap-up, finally. I filmed my library book sale haul, which was massive, 62 books, which is amazing and kind of ridiculous. And I also filmed a little update for my vlog-style November wrap-up of a book that I finished a day or 2 ago. So now I think I'm going to take some books to the secondhand bookstore. In my library book sale haul, I tell you that I went to 5 library book sales, and 3 of them were fill a bag for a certain amount, 2 for $5, and 1 was for $10. So I put in the books that I wanted, but then I had a lot of room left in the bag, so I threw extra books in the bags that were in really good condition so that I could take them to Second and Charles and return them and get store credit so I can get more books. Because I have a problem. I think I'm gonna make some lunch soon, and I don't want to start editing yet. I might go to the bookstore, but I'm gonna try to be very selective if I find any books that I want to use the credit for today. Okay, so what I spent on all 5 library book sales was $35.50 for over 60 books that I'm keeping, plus a whole trunk full of books that I'm not keeping, which I'll show you in just a second. Anyways, bummer about the rain. That's what I wanted to say. I don't know if you can hear it. It's actually kind of a nice quiet rain. Here's my little car. It's kind of a nice quiet rain, but not one that I want to be walking in the woods through. I'm going to change my shoes into something cuter, and I'm going to eat some lunch, and I'm going to head out for a little bit. I'll see you soon. I don't know what I was thinking leaving my house. It's my day off. I should be at home in my jammies, and it's raining. Perfect reading day. But here I am in my car, freezing my tail off, going to the bookstore. I'm a mess. Well, I've been here for ages and they still haven't even started my pile of books, and there was a huge pile, so it's gonna be a while. I've picked out 7 books so far and I'm sitting down now to kind of go through them and see if I really want them, and I've already eliminated one, so I'm down to 6. The way that I chose these books is that I went through my to-read folder or whatever in Goodreads, my to-read shelf, and went through and found books from that shelf. So they're all ones that at one point or another I marked as to read, but I just looked at one and I'm gonna go take it off the shelf because I read the first chapter and kind of glanced through it a little, and I just don't think that it's one that I need to bring home. So I'm gonna sit here and relax and take a look at these books and see if I can eliminate any more. And if they still haven't called my number, then I'm gonna go look through the shelves again. Because why not? The thing is, I haven't looked at any nonfiction, even though I do have some nonfiction on my to-read shelf, but their nonfiction here is not as organized as I'd like, so it's kind of hard to find stuff. So we'll see. But for now, I'm gonna go through the ones I have. And I haven't done middle grade or children's books yet either. So I have those sections to glance through if I need to. So that took way, way longer than it ever has before. The funny thing is, you just never know how many people are bringing stuff in. I figured a Saturday would be busier, but no, today they were super busy in there, and I just spent hours, probably 2 hours. Ridiculous. However, I didn't use up all the books that were in my trunk, which I should have already posted a picture, and I still got $26.20 in credit. And also, they had overstock on quite a few items, so I put them back in the trunk. Next time I go to 2nd and Charles, I'm gonna go to the other one that's like 25 minutes away from my house, because I've never been to that one, first of all. Second of all, I feel like I have scoured these shelves, and I know people are bringing in stuff all the time, but I feel like I've gotten what I can get from this one for now. I did only get 6 books, and it came to like $26.60 plus tax. So I ended up having to pay, I think, $180 for these 6 books. Let me just show you real quick what I got. So I got The Home for Unwanted Girls by Joanna Goodman. I also got The Finishing School by her as well, which is kind of like a mystery. A college girl falls out of a window and dies, and the question is, did she commit suicide or did somebody push her? But then there's a potential secret society going on in this school, so her roommate years later wants to get to the bottom of what happened to her. So that sounds really good. I bought Ted Decker's Water Walker. I have read this, but I don't own it. I'm trying to collect all of his books, so that was kind of cool. I want to get all of these updated adaptations of, is it called an adaptation? Retelling of Emma. This one's by Alexander McCall Smith. I love Emma. That will be a fun one to read. Modern day Emma. And 2 more. I got The Lost Wife, which is a World War II romance. During the war, this newly married couple is separated, and then he thinks that she's died. He finds his way to America. He thinks his wife died in a concentration camp, but then one day they pass each other on the street and recognize each other. I believe something along those lines. Long lost love, World War II backdrop. I love it. And finally, the only Leanne Moriarty backlist that I didn't own is Big Little Lies, so I found a decent copy of this, so I grabbed it. Now I just don't have her newest one, 9 Perfect Strangers. So I think I did pretty good. I spent, what, $35.50 on my library book sale books, and I just made $26.20 on reselling a good chunk of them to 2nd and Charles, of the ones that I didn't want, like the fill up the bag extras. So I got all of these basically for free at $180. So I'm doing really good. One more trip to 2nd and Charles and I easily made back what I spent at the bookstore. That's it for now. I'm gonna go home and make some zucchini lasagna and read. Put my comfy clothes on and read, because I have not been reading very much today. that's what I'm gonna do. I'll check in later. Hi everyone, it is 10:30 almost on Friday night, so I'm gonna call it a day. I am gonna be working for about 9 hours tomorrow watching a cute little boy. So that's not gonna be hard work, but I won't be able to vlog as much during the day tomorrow because can't put him online. So let me just tell you what I got through today. In Unbroken, I ended up reading up to the first section that I had separated out for my Goodreads group. So I think I read about 60 pages today, something like that. I'm not sure. And I also just finished another chapter in Quiet. So I'm nearly at page 100 in here as well. I consider that a decent day. Even though I spent more time than I wanted to at the bookstore today, that's okay. I also enjoyed a delicious dinner of zucchini lasagna, which was really good. And I've been sitting here listening to my Woodwick candle. It is the scent called Fireside, and it smells so good. And it just crackles as it's burning, which I love so much. Can you hear it crackling? It's so lovely. It's my favorite. Yeah, I highly recommend Woodwick candles. They're fabulous. That's it for tonight. I am going to bed now, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Good morning, friends. I thought I would just film a little bit before I get started working. It is Saturday morning, and I'm taking the little fella that I watched to a library story time. So I'm meeting his grandma at the library because I'm kind of a relief worker today, giving grandma a break. But I brought Quiet with me to work today. I was going to bring Unbroken because that's the one I really want to read, but it is too big and heavy for my bag. But I'll talk to you later. Yeah! Yay! Guys, I'm doing it again. I'm at another Second and Charles. I brought in the rest of the books that I didn't fit in the bags yesterday, and the ones that the other Second and Charles wouldn't take because they had too many copies already. So I brought all of those here, and I have a pile of books on my lap that I'm hoping I can purchase with credits today. So let me show you what I have. Okay, so this one is set in wartime and about a family secret, which includes a long-lost brother that she didn't ever really know about, and star-crossed love. That sounds good. This is another wartime, dual timelines, granddaughter trying to figure out the family secrets, my kind of book, and it's blurbed by Hazel Gaynor, whom I love. Another Susan Meisner book. I have only read one, but I'm collecting them all because I know that they're fabulous based on what other people tell me and from the one that I did read. This is a silly Jane Austen retelling of Persuasion, which is my favorite Austen. I've read the Pride and Prejudice one, but it was fun to find this one. Then I have another Rachel Hauck book, just a Christian fiction romance, and another World War II book that I'm hoping will fit. This is a hardcover. It's the only hardcover in the batch. But I think this is about a baker who hides messages and codes in her bread to send to people. So that sounds fantastic. We'll see what I can get. Hi friends. I'm sitting outside of Walmart right now and right next to the bookstore where I was last night because their system went down last night and I wasn't able to exchange my books. Sorry, I'm facing right into the sun. It's probably not wise. Let me turn a little. Anyways, yes, so they couldn't let me know last night how much credit I would get for my books, and I sat there for over an hour waiting. This is after I showed you where I went through and picked out a few books. I still waited for quite a while and they still were not able to tell me. So I ended up driving home without an answer. I was kind of frustrated that I had wasted so much time. So I had to come back today after church. It is now Sunday afternoon. I went to church this morning. I didn't do any reading last night. I was just ticked off, so I just watched Netflix. I didn't want to apply my brain at all. So when I got home, I ate dinner, and watched Netflix for the rest of the night. Then after church today, I drove right back down here. I just dropped my car off at Walmart to get an oil change, and then went back over to the bookstore and got $20, 19 something worth of credit, and I was able to get most of the books that I showed you last night. It is Veterans Day today. There was a Veterans Day sale that was $5 off 25, so I got one extra book that I wouldn't have planned on just using my credit. So I ended up paying $5 for 7 books. Not bad at all. Now I just have time to waste until they're done finishing my car's oil change. So I'm gonna go sit back in the waiting area of Walmart and read. I was smart today and actually brought Unbroken with me, so I'm gonna be picking that up a little bit and reading that. And then the rest of the day is just errands and getting more winter clothes down from my attic and bringing the Christmas stuff down as well, so I'm ready with that, and cleaning up some of the house and doing some laundry. So in between all of those chores, I will be reading. So I will touch base with you in a little while. Well, friends, it is about 10:30 on Sunday night, which means it's time for me to go to bed because I have to be at my job at 7 tomorrow morning. So I'm gonna wrap up this reading vlog by saying I think it was another kind of boring weekend. I didn't really do very much since I ended up working all day Saturday, but I did get quite a bit of reading done tonight in Unbroken. I made it about halfway, and it really has picked up so much. And there was like a really relatively boring chapter about B-24s, these fighter planes, that he was a bombardier on one of the planes. That was his job as a soldier. And then we follow as his plane crashes, one of his planes crashes, and he and 2 others survive and live on a inflated raft in the Pacific Ocean, and they go 47 days on this raft before they find land. So it just was horrifying. The sharks and the starvation, they lost half of their body weight. They were shot at by a Japanese plane, and then they landed on one of the islands in the Marshall Islands, which the Japanese had conquered, I guess you would say, and they are taken to Execution Island. So treated horribly. After they had just endured these 47 awful days, things just continue to get worse. So the story is definitely captivated my attention. I have so many feelings about what's going on with these poor men who have just endured so much, and I have a feeling it's still going to get worse before it gets better. It's based on a true story, and I know very little of his story, but I know that he survives the war. So even though I know it's going to get worse, I do know that he survives and comes back home and to get married and such. So it's just going to take a while to get to that point. Anyways, I'm really enjoying it. I also read a little bit more in quiet this weekend while I was watching the baby on Saturday. I brought that with me, so I did read another chapter or 2 during nap time, and it is, I don't know, it falls on that line between boring and really interesting. I, again, can only read it in little snippets, but I'm making progress, so that's good. I did not pick up any of the library book novels that I have. I did finish the graphic novel of Amulet. It's the 8th one, and I believe there are 9, so I have 1 more to go. They're definitely geared towards, I would say, middle grade readers, but it was a lot of fun. It's very adventurous and quick. I think I read it while I was eating dinner on Friday. So I'm just going to wrap up this weekend reading vlog, even though it wasn't super exciting. I hope that you enjoyed watching this. I would love to chat with you down in the comments, as always, about anything that you want to chat about. And I'll be talking to you in another video very soon. Bye!